timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
That's the score, Steelers 21, Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Tyson Alualu. The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Sean Davis with a pick. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Shaq Lawson who worked his way in there to get him down.
A big loss on the play.
Throwing on second and long. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Roethlisberger.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
12 yards on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
The Dolphins ball.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Washington.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Kickoff for Miami.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And there's an example of not taking your practice work, your drill work, and turning it into game speed. You work on that all the time. 3rd and long, you want to let him make the catch, rally to the football, tackle him short of the stick.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Kyle Van Noy, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
That's such a close game, a very big one.
Intended for Mike.
He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's third down.
Third down. And 10 yards to go.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And now,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The 36-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
you can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down, Miami.
Tagovailoa looking to throw it. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Grant. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And we've got a timeout.
At the 3-yard line.
9 seconds remaining. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw is Tua. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now the timeout call.
It's a loss.
So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle with it.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree, his second sack of the night.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, Tua. Over the middle, it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Jakeem Grant.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And the Dolphin first down.
From the gun, it's Tua. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Going to hand this one to Breida, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. It's complete to Grant. 20. 10, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.